Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Under 23s Road to Glory episode 16. And we're joined as always by Cal.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Good point. And yeah, I just want to open off the video by saying a massive shout out to all the support on all of my videos, really, not just this series. They've been doing really well recently, so appreciate that, guys. And yeah, we're going to jump off the episode in the comment section as always. Appreciate everyone sort of leaving their comments for the Comment Premier League. And yeah, obviously, people wishing everyone a Happy New Year and things like that. It's very positive and nice to see. And with that being said, the Comments Premier League has been updated. We still have the same top three, but I think Cal picked up some points, and the boy Sick the Mig has picked up a point as well. So yeah, now we'll start off the video by saying the gallery has had some massive changes. So this video is sort of like a good one to if you've missed the past couple, this is a good one to like come back to because it will sort of re-update you guys on a lot of the changes that we've made. With that being said, the Comments Premier League was a little bit of a hard one to score this weekend because obviously we had a lot of outs and ins, which kind of didn't really fit the recording because obviously the Christmas period and things like that. So yeah, so if you're looking at the Comments Premier League and you're a little bit like confused with it, don't worry, we done it all as fair as possible, and yeah, hopefully you guys can score some good points in this video really. So if you guys don't know how to get involved, pretty much all you've got to do is comment on this video who you think is going to be the best performing players in our gallery ahead of the weekend, and then pretty much if your player is in the top three of our gallery, then we'll give you some points, and the winner might receive something at the end of the season. Who knows? But yeah, Cal beat me once again. Bro's on a 4-win streak, so yeah, he's just cooking me, to be honest. And I think you've got first pick this week, right?
I can't remember.
I
We'll go
think
with it. Yeah.
I think you've got first pick. So, but we'll get onto that later on in the video when we show the lineups. And yeah, so with that being said, this is sort of the lineups over the Christmas period. Then, so yeah, Belieber. He played a decent double game week. Didn't get any DAs, but AA wise pretty good. Then we had Lennon Miller who got an assist and he done pretty well as well. I think both. He's pretty consistently scoring around 60, right, Carl?
Oh, and the rest. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's been incredible right
especially
now.
against Rangers, pretty good doing. And then obviously we got Atara who scored off the bench, and kind of frustrating because Rogeri was 70% to start this game and didn't even come off the bench. Obviously, assuming he was resting for this game week, which is not ideal when I mean, yeah, we could have potentially got a card with this lineup if Rogeri obviously played and played well. But yeah, I mean, all in all, we'll take the box, especially in this period of time. We're sort of in the transitional phase of like struggling for boxes and players and things like that. So yeah, I think not too bad really. And then moving on to, is this the game week that the game week that we're playing now? Obviously, we didn't really have a lineup, just punt at a
No.
warm up, and yeah, hoping to get anything really, as I'm sure a lot of your galleries are in this sort of period where it's like, some people are playing, some people aren't. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird period for people's galleries, especially this one that doesn't have obviously the most money invested into it. So this period of the year is always going to be a slow, I reckon, for most galleries for sure. So yeah, so moving on to the big changes then, looking at the business of the gallery, I'll pass it over to Cal as I always do. Do you want to kick things off with the changes that have been made then?
Yeah. So there's been what 9 ins since since the last episode, which is it's got to be a record for us. Even the first game week, I'm pretty sure we only had like 8 or 9 players. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
been a hectic Christmas period for the trades. But
Yep.
starting off with the Betis boys, I got both the Betis DMs, Johnny and Sergi Altamira, in a trade.
Yep.
Um, Wanted to just get rid of a couple players that just either weren't playing week in week out, um, or they were just injured or falling out of favour. So I think this trade was a little unfavourable for me.
Yeah.
I think it was Somerville. Riga, and then one of the Christmas boxes that we had, a player that didn't play. So yeah, it was an interesting trade, but I wanted some of it wasn't playing with West Ham, so I
What
wanted to
trade?
get in some players
What
that
trade was that? Sorry, was that the for the Betis boys?
yeah, that was for the best boys. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because looking on the thing, it was you traded the two Betis for Eder and Pino. Is that wrong?
Oh, was it that one? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Or
even better.
unless I'm looking at the wrong players, I don't know.
No, that could well
Yeah.
be. As I
So
said, there's been so many.
yeah,
It's
obviously yeah. There's been so many swaps and trades. But yeah, obviously, so we swapped the two Betis players for two forwards, so Jeremy Pino and Eder. Obviously, Eder
yeah,
was because we weren't really sure if well, we got him in because he was on start, and then he started and didn't play well. So we were like, right, let's get out of that because obviously we don't know if he's going to play another game after a poor performance. And then Pino, I mean, yeah, he's playing in a hard league to get DAs, so um, yeah, I think that's probably the motivation before for that trade anyway. Sorry to
yeah.
interrupt. So,
No, no, that's fine. Yeah, it's just getting mixed up in my head. Then
no,
I've got
no,
to try and
it's just because I was looking at the
remember
screen and
that
I was
trade
like,
then.
yeah, I was looking at the screen and I was like, wait a minute, am I on the wrong player here?
Well, yeah, well, there was three trades in total, I think, and then a few just purchases with a
Purchases,
couple
yeah.
players in there as well.
Mhm.
So yeah, Gustav Isaacson, another forward from Lazio, bought in. Got him fairly cheap.
Yeah,
Um, so couldn't really say no to that.
yeah,
And
£1
then
49. Good.
also sold Dango Utara from Bournemouth. Just needed another forward over the Christmas period
Yeah.
that was pretty much on to start. As you can see, he wasn't, but he did come off the bench and get that
Okay,
decisive,
cool.
which was
Yep.
quite nice. And then a big under 23 player that's a little bit hit and miss at the moment, so just taking a punt on him was Zeno De Bast.
Oh,
Got all the scores in his locker. He's proven that
yeah.
over
Yeah, he's good
over
with
the
his
last year or so.
his AA as always seems to be up there.
Yeah, so that was more of a he seemed really cheap, just a punt on him.
Mhm.
If he starts playing again now that I think they've got a new manager even after Amarin. They had the interim
Yeah,
in,
and
sacked
then
him
he's
off, and then
he's
brought
been
someone
so
else in.
yeah, yeah. The Bastards had a couple of appearances for his country as well, so decent
Yeah,
purchase for sure. I mean, I've always said this with if you guys are looking to buy young players, I think the very good starting point, if you're unsure anyway of the player, a very good starting point is to see how they're doing in the national sort of setup. Because I mean, a player like DeBast, if he's that young and he's already in the first team, that he's obviously got something about him. He's obviously performing in training and things like that to even be getting a chance for the country. Because obviously, Belgium's side is quite high caliber. They've got some
yeah,
good players in there. So yeah, I think that's definitely a good thing to look at if you guys either don't know any, like maybe you're not sure who to buy. I'd say look at the national teams and see if there's any youngsters that have made a couple appearances in there, and then go from there really.
yeah, yeah, and that kind of works well with um, another signing as well, um, which was Yari Vasharen. I'm gonna say,
Yeah.
probably butchered that completely, but yeah, again, he was really cheap, but it looks like he's starting to find some form again. And last year and the year before that, he was absolutely incredible
Yep.
for Anderlecht. So hopefully he gets that, and gets the faith from the manager as well, which would be nice. And then the two, I say two big ones, two new goalkeepers.
Yep.
So yeah, finally just took the L on Noel. It was a unfortunate circumstance with him.
Yeah, got injured, didn't he? So
Yeah, so got rid of him. Brought in Nicholas Polster originally. Um, he's been doing really well this season. Starting keeper as well, and he was fairly cheap.
yep.
Um,
And
so
then
it's
we
no
got
brainer.
Jasper, who's quite popular. I think a lot of
Yeah,
people know Jasper. He's just very consistent, quite a popular player, and just for these scores, I mean, for a goalkeeper, it's pretty good scoring. Um, and yeah, I think he's good keeper to have in terms of like spikes. He spikes quite high,
yeah,
um, which obviously you want if you want to be on the top end of the leaderboards anyway. Your goalkeeper's got to be doing the business as well as obviously all
Yeah.
the outfielders. So yeah,
Yeah, and yeah, Jasper was a straight swap with Delange, just because when the actual number one comes back from his injury, he will be starting again, and that's going to be fairly
yep,
soon. So just wanted to jump in there before he gets replaced and
yep,
drops to about £1, and we've
yeah.
lost even more money on a goalkeeper.
Yeah, so generally speaking, in this series, the biggest learning curve that we've had in this series, obviously, sort of being I'd say this is sort of like a pretend, or pretty much like the midway mark for the season. Um, yeah, I'd say the biggest learning curve is goalkeepers for us. Like we've definitely made big strides in this account, and to even say that we've got we've nearly doubled the investment that we started with, considering obviously we only deposited the £50, to be able to reinvest all of that and take the hits on the goalkeepers that we have, is actually pretty impressive. So I think that's something that we're being a bit more careful with in the future. I think a lot of people would have experienced similar things with goalkeepers where they just, they die. You live and die sometimes by goalkeepers in Sorare because it's hard because you sort of need to pay the money, but yeah, some of them are just so expensive and then they just end up doing poorly and then crashing in price, especially when they get injured or rotated out. So I think that's probably one of our biggest learning curves in this series so far.
Yeah, no, definitely,
Yep.
and hopefully we don't get as many losses like that going forward.
Yep.
And that brings us on to the last signing, which was a punt yesterday. My team QPR managed to sign Ronnie Edwards from Southampton on loan. Um, Obviously he wasn't playing at Southampton at all, so his price was extremely low.
Yep.
And I've seen some Championship defenders, as long as they're playing, they'll jump up a lot,
Do well.
just because of how many fixtures there are.
Yep.
So it was almost like a no risk trade. So got
Yeah.
him
I think
for
that's a
55p.
think that's a really good buy. To be fair, obviously being a Cambridge fan, I've seen this man play and I hate him, but yeah, it's kind of like a make sense buy, especially at 80p when we know he's going to go up in value, especially if he plays well. Um, a general rule of thumb in Sorare is if they manage to get that L15 to in the 60s, they usually spike in price because obviously when you go to lineup builders and then it comes with the suggested players, they're going to be higher on the list. So and I think he's definitely capable of that in the championship for sure. Especially like
Yeah.
QPR, not the worst side in the league, that's for sure.
It's interesting that it still says 80p on Sorare when I can guarantee you it was 55, which
Yeah,
is even better price.
yeah,
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 I don't know what's going on with Sorare at the moment with the pricing
yeah. They
on
show
players, but
They do, yeah, they do seem to be showing that we paid more than we did. So if you guys obviously watching the video and you sometimes you look at the price and you're like, oh, that's not right. We do have this spreadsheet that is linked in the description, and you can literally just click on where it says Callum here, and you can look at all the details of the account, like all the ins and outs are all listed here. So if you ever sort of look at it and be like, oh, something doesn't add up, you can just come on here and we track everything on here anyways. So yeah, feel free to have a little look at that if you're interested in the finances side of things.
yeah,
With that being said, shall we move on to some rewards, Cal?
yeah. We'll start off with the one star limited box, which will probably give us one essence.
Hopefully.
Um,
Level
oh,
up!
even
That's what
better.
you get. That's what you
Yeah,
get.
that's what I get.
Yeah.
Now, one of these rival boxes is going to be for promotion back into Division 1.
Yep. So big
So
big box.
minimum 10 essence. So
Yeah. So potential craft, but knowing oh, nice five. Wait, was that a big box or
nope, nope,
okay,
that was
okay. For a
I'm
9
pretty sure that was a
essence.
free win.
Oh
Oh
no,
no, it
that was the
was.
big one. No.
Oh, it was for I thought 10 was the lowest.
Damn.
Oh, I must have
It's
been
alright.
looking at the one
We're
above.
we're building towards the next craft though, so can't
Oh
complain.
well, yeah, we'll get there eventually.
Lovely. And especially with Minecraft and like hopefully we can rob someone to this account, eh?
Yeah, that would be nice. Would be nice. Oh, number
Nice, number
5.
5. Oh
Oh
wait,
wait.
got two of them. Oh, must be for the squad and promotion, because squad obviously got promoted as well.
Ah, okay. I didn't even see that.
Nice.
So
So
that's
got
good to know. So
15 essence,
up to
pretty good.
15.
Pretty
Yeah,
good.
so not doing
So
too bad there.
potentially next episode we could have a craft. If
Well,
not,
depending
the one
on.
after. Oh wait, yeah. Don't know how many of our players are playing.
So
Um, yeah. So
that
the.
is the current situation.
So do you want to go ahead and pick your player for the Comments Premier League, Cal?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna stick with. Oh, you know what? He might not start, but I'm just gonna risk it. I'm gonna go for Zeno. Zeno the
Yeah.
bat.
Yeah, good shout. I was gonna go Zeno as well. I think I'm gonna go for. Ooh, I think I'm gonna go for maybe Kirkes. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Kirkes. I think
He is
that
due a good game.
I think that Everton attacking is not the greatest, so there's potential clean sheet there, and obviously he does well AA wise. So yeah, I think obviously if I could pick first, I'd pick the Bass, but I think I'll go Kirkes for me. So yeah,
Yeah.
so if you obviously if you guys want to get involved, all you have to do is type in Melvin Sorare, and then have a little look at the cards we got, and yeah, just say who you think's going to perform the best in the upcoming game week, which is game week 41, is it? I believe it's 41.
Yes. Yeah, it should be
Yeah.
41.
So game week 41, whoever you think's going to smash it, yeah, comment that in the comment section of this video. Yeah, so we did we quickly want to have a little look through the scouting center? Because obviously, the
Of course.
last video we had a lot of suggestion, or it was all about the scouting center really, and we had a lot of good feedback on the scouting center, not just in the comments, also in my DMs. So we're really using this scouting center to its full potential. Really, we're putting a lot of players that we're scouting on there, looking at the values and seeing if they go up, down, and things like that. But just to quickly to touch upon an idea that
Yeah.
we were thinking about potentially in the future. Let us know if you've got this far in the video. You probably deserve a little bit of a teaser. Potentially in the future, we could be adding um, another concept to this road to glory. Obviously, we're not 100% going to do it yet, but we're thinking about potentially adding a retirement home to the under 23s road to glory. So that would be pretty much the same concept as we have in the under 23s, but it's going to be so £50 for the add-on. Or deposit £50, and we're going to be buying players that are over the age of 30, and obviously entering them into whatever it is, challenger, contender, whatever. But yeah, so we're looking at a lot of the MLS boys with the scouting center at the moment, and seeing if we can build like a little fun squad, like over 30s retirement, sort of like, so we have both ends of the spectrum. We have the obviously the youngsters coming up into football, and then the older lot. And we could sort of maybe do a side by side comparison almost to see which one um, I guess
Let's see if
yields the
age
most.
is better than skill.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's probably what we're going to talk about a lot in the next episode for sure. But just a quick, if you made it this far, there's a little teaser for you
Yeah.
into the next episode. And yeah, obviously a
Yeah.
lot of the other players on here are the youngsters that we're keeping an eye on, looking at the prices and things like that. Obviously, some of the people on here are unrealistically like high, but they could drop, and then we could buy into that. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for people either over the age of 30 or to add to this scouting that we already have now, then obviously chuck that in the comments as well. I'm always replying to everyone, so yeah, your comment will be heard. And yeah, I think that is all for this week.
Yeah. So it
Big
would be
changes.
challenger players. Yeah, for
Challenger, yeah.
the over 30s. Yeah. So I was looking at MLS originally,
Yeah,
and to clarify, if we were to do it and deposit the 50 quid, that would not interfere with the
yeah,
limit we've got for the under 23s. It'll be like a separate pot,
yeah.
and we'll track that
Separate,
track that
yeah,
on the spreadsheet.
yeah. We'll have a separate spreadsheet so people don't get confused. And yeah, just see it as like an additional, like more content really for the videos that we already have, more rewards, more things like that. So yeah, potentially some people could really enjoy something like that, but I know some people do like the sort of like journeyman, like zero to nothing kind of series. So yeah, if you guys don't want us to pause it anymore, then do let us know. But it's definitely something we're thinking about to sort of just yeah add another dynamic to the video and the series. And yeah, I think that pretty much covers. Oh, that's my alarm. I think that pretty much covers. Yeah, what we
Yeah,
wanted to cover today.
yeah.
Yeah, brilliant, cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, leave a like, please, if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. We just hit 400 subs, so yeah,
Good
appreciate
result.
everyone for that one. I was celebrating knee sliding in my room last night.
On the
um,
carpet with no with shorts on.
so yeah, appreciate that, guys. And yeah, please leave a like. And I'll catch you guys. Well, probably when will I catch you guys? I don't know. I'm uploading a lot recently, so I'll catch you soon. Peace out.
See ya.